So, as many of you know, my mom has gone through a lot in her life. She, to be completely honest, basically raised herself. And she was the oldest of all the kids in her family, and the only girl as well. But she basically took on the role of the parent as well. And at the old age of 17, she decided to go and start her adult life by herself without any help from her family whatsoever, right?
16.
Sorry, 16. Right, old age of midlife of 16. That's one of my kids. Leilani. So my mom, when she was raising herself and in her early adult life, she went through a lot of pain, a lot of tragedy, but she didn't let that stop her. In fact, that drove her to pursue a better life throughout, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of who was trying to stop her, who was trying to get in the way, who was trying to devalue and demotivate her. She was still willing to do everything she possibly could to make sure she could provide a better life for herself and make sure that she raised her future family in the best possible environment. My mom, I'm going to skip some of her life, but she was previously married before she had met my dad. And she was also divorced before she met my dad. I'm not going to get into the backstory of that. But the way she met my dad was she wanted to know what she was getting herself into if she invested into the stock market. So she said, I want to get to know my stockbroker personally. Luckily for my dad, that was the best decision she had ever made in his life. And to quote my dad's words, he felt like he was struck by lightning the first time he saw her. And regardless of what my mom thought, my dad didn't really give her a chance to decide on anyone else besides him.
They wanted to marry me in 1 month after meeting him. That's it, 1 month.
And I can definitely see why. My dad, he had 3 kids from his first marriage, and in that he needed a lot of help. And my mom took on the challenge like a champ. Not only did she raise them, but she raised them as if they were her own blood. She raised them to the best of her abilities, not having the official experience of being a parent beforehand, not being there for them in their earlier lives. So she was just dropped into it without any prior training whatsoever of what she was getting herself into, and she thrived. She did so well with it. She took care of those kids like they were her own blood, and she loves them to this day, and back then will do anything for them. So the youngest of those, her name is Trin, and she has Down syndrome, and she is the highest functioning Down syndrome person I have ever met in my entire life. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, because I'm her brother, but I have never met another Down syndrome person who is as high functioning as she is. And my mom made sure she spent every waking minute of her life trying to help her to get to that point. Well, she is.
She's in Burlingame. She's in Burlingame. She graduated from college, and She's I forget where she's volunteering, but she has a full-time volunteer job.
Yeah, she graduated from college.
California.
She's in Burlingame, and she has a full-time job. And I think she supervises a few people.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a supervisor as well.
She has some reports.
That's amazing.
Supervise you.
And as our lives went on, and my mom had my older sister Maddie, myself, and my younger brother Chase, life was not easy. We were always busy with activities. We did not make it easy on my mom or my dad, and we were all over the place.
That's for sure.
I remember I had to be at 2 separate practices. Chase had another practice, and Maddie had a practice. And my mom was also trying to deliver the food for the last day of school. So,
I know what you're doing.
a little backstory on that. She wanted a new kitchen, and what ended up happening was our kitchen burned down, so she got her new kitchen.
She was in a closet.
I needed one.
So,
It was the
but-
lumpia that caused it.
Yes, it was Lumpia for the last day of school. But the older I've gotten, and obviously I still have a long way to go, but I've learned to appreciate my mom more and more each and every single day. Me personally, I know I wasn't the easiest child to work with. I know that I made it somewhat difficult on my mom, to say the least, growing up. But she stuck with me and was by my side. I remember when, after my dad passed away, my mom, she started acting a little bit differently. It was a lot more stress, granted the situation. And I remember telling her, I don't want you to be mom and dad. Just stay mom. And then us kids will take care of the rest. We'll make up for that difference. And I know she appreciated that, and she took that in stride, but knowing my mom, she has to overachieve with everything. And she has to go above and beyond and make sure that everyone is taken care of. As I've gotten older, my mom has been there with us throughout our lives, trying to make sure that she can help us in every single way possible. And I really appreciate that. I know that when I decided to go off to college at BYU and leave on my mission, my brother also decided to go to BYU. And I found out I left on my mission from California and I came home to Utah. My mom decided to move here while we were on our missions because she wanted to make sure that the family stayed together. My mom is one of the most caring people you'll ever meet in your lives, and I know that all of you have seen her influence in each one of your lives. As our lives progressed on further, my mom decided, you know what? I am not going to just sit here and enjoy my retirement. I am going to get back out there, go back to school, and become a massage therapist. And all of us kids, especially Chase and I, gave her plenty of practice with massage therapy beforehand, as we were always sore from all our sporting events. So you're welcome for the sacrifice. But my mom, and maybe it's because I'm her son, but she is one of the best massage therapists I have ever had in my entire life. And just like in everything else, like I've been saying, she overachieves and she wants to be the best. And she wants to make sure that her clients' needs are met, regardless of who they are, what they've been through. She's a miracle worker. And I really appreciate my mom. I know she's been through a lot. I know she's taken everything in stride, and I know that she really appreciates everyone in her life. And I know that she wants to make sure that everyone in their lives are better than they were the day before. And she will push you to get to that point. If she is with you in any step of your life, she will make sure that you reach your potential. I love you, Mom.
I love you too. Normally you say this when your mom passed away, but I don't say it now.
I love my mom so much. My mom is an amazing woman. My brother had said her entire backstory, so I will leave that out of it this time. So my mom, she's very famous for saying, when one door closes, another door opens. A better door opens. Excuse me. Sorry. A better door opens. And I believe that to be true. My mom is an absolute example of that, and I am so grateful because without my mom, I don't think I'd be the man I am today. So I am so grateful for her, and I love her so much. And I'm grateful for all of you for supporting her throughout her life and for allowing her to touch your lives literally and figuratively. So thank you all so much for coming.
Maddie. Me? Yeah. Oh, me.
Here, I'll film it.
Hi everyone, I guess I'll round out the children trio for today. My name is Madison. I am Zenny's daughter.
Oldest daughter.
Yeah, her oldest daughter.
From your dad.
Yeah.
I have 3 other daughters that I raised.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm the 4th daughter and the 1st daughter also. But thank you so much for coming. It's very clear that my mom is loved by a lot of people here. Some of us have come even from different states. I'm from California, so I came here just for her birthday. Same with Kim over here. He came from Arizona. He's family, so it's just kind of it's amazing to see how many people love her so much and what an impact she has made on everyone's lives. And as you know, Brent said, she had kind of a crazy life and everything that she's been through. She's come here today and she is the amazing woman that she is right now. I always tell everyone that my mom is a survivor and she will do anything to progress and to improve her life, to improve everyone around her. She's always been the kind of person when she sees someone in need, without any hesitation, she will help them, regardless of who it is. I even saw her when I was growing up. This had a big impact on me. She saw a homeless person on the side of the street and he was digging through trash for food, and she took him and she actually put him up in a hotel for a week. She fed him, she bought him clothes, she contacted services for him. She just did everything for this guy, and to this day that has been like a big impact, has made a big impact on me for sure. And every time I see someone in need, I'm like, oh, what would my mom do? And I have a fiance now, and I also have a stepson as well. And the first time that he got sick, he was really sick. He was throwing up, and this I didn't really know what to do. And the first thing that I thought was, what would my mom do? And I know my mom would, come and give me a big hug and cuddle me and just have the little sweet, motherly voice, and she would rub my tummy and give me, warm, hot and cold compress and like all these things. And so I went in there and I was like, okay, my mom would do this, I'm gonna do this. My mom would hold me like this, so I'm gonna do this, and it worked. And I was just like so impressed, and I just have so much appreciation for her and everything that she's done. And as Brent said, we weren't always the easiest kids growing up, but looking back, she was the most amazing mother in the entire world, and I love you so much.
Well, I didn't know what else to say. You didn't say it all, but I just. Oh!
Oh.
You're not getting away that easy.
This is my husband's cousin, Kim, and he's gonna tell you his side of it.
My side's just about like everybody else's. I was sitting over there thinking about when I first met you. I believe it was either 1982 or 1983.
1982.
1982. We were young. Yeah, life goes step by step. I know that there are two things very, very important in your life, and they're both in your heart. One's Christ and your family and friends. And I'm very, very comfortable saying I haven't met very many of you at all, but I'm sure you have a personal story where Zenny does not think about herself first at all. She always thinks about everybody else, and she always has. And from day one, she was always so loving and caring to me. And at that time, my fiance, Patricia, and I remember you were at our wedding. You came down to our wedding. Wow, that was a while back. There's been a lot of water under the bridge. We've shared some of that together. And I really want you kids to know. I mean, we are what we are when we're adolescents. That's just kind of the way it goes. And there was never a second where your mother did not love you with all her heart and soul. She did. And the sacrifices she made for all of us, you've just been such an inspiration to all of us, Zenny. And I treasure getting to be here on your special day. It's so good to see you and your family. And thank you for everything you've done for me and my family too. And I love you so much.
Well, let me tell you something about Kim. My husband always tells me about Kim, and my husband was when my husband was alive, he did so much, and one of them was being what is that? Big Brother. He was in the Big Brother program, and so whenever someone needed a father or a brother, my husband was always there, and Kim was one of them. And with Kim, he did running, and another one he did bodybuilding, and so my husband was there for everyone, for every child who was in need. He was always there. But after my husband passed away, Kim took over as a father to my children, and I don't know if I could have done it without my cousin. So anyway, it's hard. It's hard being a mother to teenagers, because Chase was only 12 and Brent was 15 and Maddie was 17 when my husband passed away. But with Kim around, they always have someone, a father figure to go to. And so I really appreciate everyone in my family. And so I appreciate. And last night when they were decorating my here, the decorating the place here. I know that. What's your name again? Oh, Bing.
Bing.
Bing said to me, "We love you so much, so we're doing this for you." And come on over here. Okay. This is the organizer. All the food that's here, she organized all of it. And so anyway, she just really took over everything, and she didn't want me to do anything. She just wants me to be, not do anything, just relax.
It's your birthday.
And so anyway, I really appreciate them, and Henry as well did the lechon. It's amazing. It's been really amazing. And I just wanted to let you know that the Filipino community, whenever we get together, and we really do it. You look at all this food. I mean, it's amazing food we do. It's really amazing. It's wonderful. Okay.
And the thing is, you can't go home until all the food is gone. Come back.
Can I just say something?
We're in church till
I know I'm
noon,
being
so.
so emotional, but Zenny here is like home to me. I know that a lot of you know that. So I injured myself early this year, and I was really depressed. I didn't know what to do, and Zenny. So I went to one of the parties, and Zenny found me there, and she just came to me, and she was like, "What can I do for you?" And I was like, well, this is me. And just like what you said, all of you, just like what you said, she just offered her help and said, just come to me and I will help you. And she was the miracle that I was looking for at that time. And it's not just, it's not just the physical healing, but every time I'm with Zenny, like I told my husband, every time I go to her house, it's almost like a temple experience for me. Because when I come here, I just really feel the peace. And at that time I was so confused and I just didn't know how to move forward, because I've been dealing with some sickness for 2 years now, and then all of a sudden I hurt my hip early this year and I couldn't do anything, because exercise for me is really very important. That's how I cope with the stresses and the sickness that I already have. And then when I hurt myself, I was like, okay, what should I do now? And Zenny was the hope that God gave me. And that's why every time I come and see her every week, I really look forward to that, because just like what I said, it's almost like a temple experience for me, because when I come here, I just feel peace. It's almost like, like being in the presence of someone really holy. That's how I feel. And my son, my 6-year-old son, can attest to that one. He loves Zenny so much. He calls her grandma. And he prays for her every single night. And he just loves her. And just like what all of you said, she's amazing. And I'm so glad that she's here. I'm so glad that I got to meet her in this life. I love you.
Too. I love everyone. Thank you all for coming. And we have, like what Bing said, don't go home until all the food is gone.
We have, there's dancing too, right?
I know, they're
Okay,
dancing.
so there's dancing, so we can.
Okay, we'll dance and then we'll eat. We'll dance and we'll eat.
One more song from Gina. Tagalog.